What's up? My name is Jen, and today we're going to talk about how much my home pottery studio costs. So I recently built a home pottery studio. I was at a community studio, but it's way better to have a studio at home because the amount of stuff I was making just made more sense to have it at home. So I built a little studio underneath my house, and if you want to see a studio tour, I'll link the video down below. You can check that out. But today we're just going to go over how much it costs me. So I did this pretty much as cheaply as possible because I didn't have loads of money to be spending on this pottery studio. So if you're looking to make a cheaper version of a pottery studio, this might be a good video for you. So the first thing and the biggest expense was the kiln. I got like a little hobbyist kiln, nothing major, nothing big, mostly because I didn't want to do the electrical for a new outlet for a bigger size kiln. So I got a smaller kiln for an outlet that I already had. I don't remember what the kiln's called, but I'll put it up here. And it's a great kiln. It's been my workhorse so far, and I fire it pretty often, but it does a great job. And so that kiln cost me $1,262. Whenever you're buying a kiln, it's gonna be over $1,000 pretty much, or right around $1,000 depending on how big it is. But yeah, that's gonna be definitely your biggest expense. The next big expense, or can be a big expense, is the pottery wheel. A lot of the big name like pottery companies have really expensive wheels, like $1,000+ for a wheel, and I wasn't trying to spend that kind of money. So if you go on Amazon, they have pretty decently priced wheels, and they're like these tiny little wheels. I'll leave a link for that below as well, but they're not very big, and I thought they might be crappy, but it was only $195, so I figured why not try it out, see how it works. And it does everything I need. It works pretty awesome. I have it on a stand so I can stand up and throw, and I love it. So that only cost me $195. I definitely recommend that if you're trying to find a cheaper wheel. Get the Amazon wheel. It does basically everything you need, unless you're throwing like huge jars. Okay, so next I bought stuff in batches. Like 2 separate batches on glazes and stuff, so I did this a little bit more expensive than it could have been, but that's just what I did apparently. So I bought a gallon of clear glaze, which cost me $27, and then I bought kiln shelving for the kiln. If you don't know, basically if you want to stack stuff up in the kiln, you need kiln shelving in order to do that. So I had to buy some of that, and that cost me $62, and then shipping with the glaze and the kiln shelving cost me $47. So all that together is some price. I'm not sure. It's right here though. And then I went ahead, I did this kind of in stages, so then I went ahead and made another order for lots of colored glazes. I got little pints of like maybe 8 to 10 glazes. And then I got the kiln shelving paint, and I got wax, and all that plus shipping cost me $245. I enjoy underglazes. Not everyone needs underglazes, but I like doing sgraffito, so I bought a bunch of underglazes, which cost me $75. So I went ahead and drove to Clay King and bought a ton of clay, so I would just have a bunch of clay at one time. I didn't want to pay for the shipping since Clay King's only like 4 hours away, so I did that drive, and I bought 300 pounds of clay, which cost me $250. Obviously that can vary for you. You don't need to buy 300 pounds of clay, but I just wanted a lot of clay on deck so I didn't have to go get more later. Miscellaneous tools such as sponges, trimming supplies, and other just pottery tools that you need. There's like so many different kinds, and I didn't want to list all that out, but that was about $165. And then a table was $40 and a chair was $15, and that's basically everything in my pottery studio. I know I didn't list it item for item on every single item I bought, but those were like the big main things. To total it all up, it was $2,383, which isn't too bad really. You can make that price lower depending on how many glazes you buy and how much clay you buy and tools and stuff like that. But you could probably build on the super cheap end, probably like $1,500 to $1,700 you could build a pottery studio depending on what kind of kiln you get. So it's not as expensive as I would have thought going into it. I really thought I would have spent more money than this. So yeah, I thought this would be a helpful video for anyone who's trying to start a home pottery studio and is kind of nervous about the cost. That's kind of the ballpark of mine, and I hope that helps you out, and I hope you build a home pottery studio because it's way better than a community studio. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.